One of the best decisions I made in the end of 2024 was to cut off social media. I tried to be mindful all day, but I was hardly able to reciprocate any idea in my head. And this is not just one day story. It was happening to me for like 6 months straight. To be honest, I didn't knew what was the reason I was procrastinating that much without even having track of time, and it used to pass like thin air and I didn't have any track of it. And I used to wake up, check my phone notification, check if the girl has messaged me or not, or I used to check uh, how many people have liked my stories, how many people liked my posts, whatever reel I've posted, all that crap. So I was just all into that every day, every single day. I was just trapped in that. Every little thing or mundane task that I did, my mind used to crave for that instant gratification and that dopamine hit that usually a person gets after he has achieved something in his life or whatever he has accomplished a win, basically. Unknowingly used to scroll social media and mindlessly scroll on social media basically, and get distracted all day and think that I did some work, and in reality I just didn't do any work. I was just fooling my mind around that I actually did some work, but in reality, there was nothing that was done by me. Once someone used to appreciate me on social media, I used to stay very uplifted in terms of my mood for the next 30 minutes, but after that, it used to dip. And this vicious cycle kept repeating till December. Then I decided to cut off social media completely. Be more productive, be more mindful, and be aware of what's happening around me, and be actually present in the present moment. I knew I was doing work, but I was not able to do it with the intensity and sheer focus I knew I was capable of. Exactly what I said happened. I deactivated my Instagram and started reading books, focusing on my studies, going to the gym, slowly starting to prepare to run a marathon this year only. So it's like insider news for you guys that I'll be soon running a marathon, and that's like one of the personal goals that I have for this year, 2025, and it's one of the best decisions I think I'm taking for myself because it's going to keep me disciplined throughout this year because I have to run daily, at least 3 kilometers daily, like on shorter runs, but I'm trying to optimize it for mid-range runs or longer runs. Yeah, but that will go on for the year and we'll just document it on Instagram itself. I'll talk about this later on in the video. And this is very ironic actually, so we'll just talk about this. Basically, I was getting a lot more done uh, in terms of work. I used to hit my weekly goals. So, like, I've been hitting it for the past 2 weeks now. So, it's been going great. Uh, not gonna lie. It's not like I got to know some information that I would not know if I would be using Instagram. In fact, I had the pretty much same amount of information in my head, but this time I was able to actually think on them, sit, and execute it. Because in the modern time, information is so massively and easily accessible that we often think that we are actually doing something, but in reality, we are just procrastinating and we are jumping from thing, one thing to another. You can correlate this to the shiny object syndrome. That is a very famous concept in which basically keep jumping on from one skill to another skill just by seeing it from far away, that how shiny it is from your perspective, but when you actually do it you feel like it's very boring and hard to do, so you jump out to another shiny object skill. You're just stuck at the same place, but you are just turning the intensity up and down. You're not moving anywhere, your displacement is zero. And let me tell you two things uh, which would eventually take a few hours of you, but it will actually open up your mind in a way that you'll thank me later on. You will comment on this video and you'll be like, bro, I'm so thankful for you that you told me to do this. Okay, so I want you to sit in silence for 2 hours straight in silence. Nothing, cut everything off, close the door, sit with yourself. Ask questions, whatever is in your mind. What's going on? Just write it down. Try to evaluate what's going on in your mind. What's the crap that's in your mind that's stopping you from doing the work that you are avoiding. So just think. Just think. While you are in the room sitting for 2 hours, I want you to think about yourself, about your future, and what you want to become. Basically, you have to get out with a clear, you have to get out of the room with a clear vision in your head of what you want to be. If not what you want to be, you should have a clear vision about your present self, uh, of what you actually are at the moment. What are the values that you stand on at the moment? So, in order to know yourself better, you'll have to lock yourself in the room for at least 2 hours, cutting everything off. Switch off your phone or put it in the other room and just close the door and sit in silence for 2 hours straight. And I know it might sound a little cliche that a random dude is telling you to sit in a room full of silence for straight 2 hours. But if you actually try it out, you will thank me later on. You usually spend 3-4 hours a day average on Instagram. Why don't you just try this when the next time you feel like scrolling reels? Maybe it will help. Now, another type of audience will be like, oh, but I use Instagram to get educational updates or social updates on what's going on around me and around the world. I think what you guys really need to do is just shut the fuck up and get off that app. And to be honest, let me tell you something. I have been active on social media for a month now, but I'm mostly updated on what's going on in the world and what's going around me. And I have not felt this feeling of missing out on anything till now. It's been more than a month. So I've not felt it till now, and I will update you surely, guys, if I feel like it. And in most cases, there won't be anything that I'll be missing out. What's the point of relating to someone on a random ass meme? Like, bro, who cares if you're a chill guy, bro? No one cares. Shut the fuck up. What is that? Nothing. If you truly just want to get information, news, or whatever that makes you smarter, there are a hell lot of better platforms like different blog websites. And to be honest, Wikipedia is one of the best sources of information that you can get online. It's like the abundance of information. And that's the second thing that you have to do today. If you just go on Wikipedia right now and spend 2 hours on it, you will actually feel like you have learned a lot. You'll feel actually better about yourself. You'll be like, now I have pretty much idea about what's going on in the world. And I'm not even kidding. You can just go on Wikipedia, scroll for a while, scroll for at least 2 hours. You will have a better idea on how you grasp the information on the internet. On Instagram, everything is super simplified for you. Everything is made to fry your brain in order to think that you're actually gaining information, but in reality, you are just getting fried, and they just want to use you as their asset in order to make more money and get richer. So it's your loss anyway to stay on the app if you are just a consumer. And there comes our second point. If you are a creator, it can be the opposite for you. It can be good for you to be on Instagram, because that can actually change your life. And if you are a creator, it's one of the best platforms to reach a lot of people who consume content on daily basis, like the people who are watching this video. It's very easy to reach to them if you actually build processes and just focus on Instagram growth. And that's very subjective to everyone. And to be honest, finding education on Instagram is just an illusion, because it makes you think you are actually gaining knowledge, but in reality you are just presented information that is biased and manipulated by different people on what they think like and what they perceived of that information, and that's presented to you in a way that you believe that the fake reality is the actual reality. So just think about it for a while, and you'll actually realize this yourself. Quitting made me realize how much potential I have and what I'm actually capable of. Just in 15 days, all the fogs that I had in my mind is cleared, and now I have more clarity over where I want to be this year. And yeah, to be honest, there's only one takeaway here from this video. Get off that social media app, because that's ruining your brain. I'm telling you, I'm warning you. Whatever you want to take it as advice, you want to take it as a suggestion, you want to take it as a warning, take it, whatever. Just uninstall the app as soon as possible. Get off that app as soon as possible, because that will not affect you today, that will not affect you tomorrow, but it will affect you in the long term. If you have read Atomic Habits, you might know that if you get 1% better every day, you will get 37x value. You'll get better 37 times in a year. And it goes for the vice versa. If you just degrade yourself 1% every day, that's going to affect you in a very bad way. So I feel like it's better to get off those apps until unless you have uh, a business on it, until you make money from it, until you get value from the connections you have on Instagram. And to be honest, if you have a business on Instagram and you actually get value from Instagram, but you are also distracted at the same time, what you should do is just set a timer or install any app from Play Store. One app is Regen. You can use that app to limit the screen time on Instagram specifically, and you can block reels. There are a lot of functions in that. You can use that. There are a shit ton of apps. Not talking about the long term effect of it, it's going to affect you very badly in the long term, because what you will become in the next 3 years by consuming the type of content you consume at the moment, you're gonna regret it a lot. And I'm so grateful for God and for myself that I've realized this very earlier, and I'm off of that. I can't say about the future, but until unless I create or actually get value from Instagram, I won't be there. And there will be a lot of people who will say that I'm saying that Instagram is an evil platform, but being very honest, hell yeah, it is for the people who only consume content sitting on their couch or sofa or bed, and every day they just keep scrolling between every task they do, between everything they do. I mean, bro, you have to stop. At some point, you'll have to stop, and actually have to use your brain in order to get real life results in what work you do. So that's going to affect you very bad. If you create content on Instagram, it's going to help you in a very good way. So yeah, I won't explain this much because the title is very self-explanatory, that you should create content on Instagram. Otherwise, you should not be on Instagram. Simple as fuck. This was a video just for myself to document what's going on in my head as a 16. And I don't want to hurt anyone with this video, but if it did hurt you, fuck off. I don't give a fuck. Signing off.